Okay, we're going to move into finalizing the floor plan. There's a few items that we're going to sort of take care of. And the one area we haven't really concentrated in yet is the utility room or the entryway, whichever you'd like to call it. So the utility room is going to be great for things like a point of entry where you can store shoes, coats, wet gear, things like that, and obviously maybe an area for a washer and dryer. It's away from the path of travel. It's not a noisy area, which is close to the bedroom or the living area. So it works out pretty well using this utility room. So when you log on to your floor plan, you're going to see a few things in the garage here. Let's take a look. Let's head over. And what we're looking at in the garage here, you have a stackable washer and dryer, you've got a shoe bench, and you also have a shoe rack. And if there's more things you want to add, obviously feel free to do so. So how this is going to work is basically you take your stackable and you could move it wherever you want, as long as it's, again, out of the way of the door. And then same thing with the bench. The bench will work well right in front of the door along this wall. And then if you need to place the shoe rack, same thing. Rotate that in place. But if you look at kind of moving around the house here, everything works as far as being able to enter with the car and exit the garage and entering the house through this way. But if you think about it, there's no front door, which is sort of curious because that is kind of a major thing. So we're going to solve some problems here, and this is what problem-solving design is about. And if you were an architect or a home designer, you'd meet with a customer, and they're going to kind of go through the house with you before it's built. That way it saves a lot of cost and a lot of time. So if you look at this bathroom, it's fairly large. So we're going to consolidate this area, hopefully make it a little bit bigger, and then create an entryway. So we might leave the bench and the shoe rack here, but the stackable washer and dryer, that doesn't have to be in the utility room. It can definitely be in this bathroom because this bathroom is huge. And obviously if you have a bedroom, it's easier to get from here to here with laundry than it is to come out all the way around. So this is going to work pretty well. So what we're going to do is take this stackable and we'll move it into the bathroom right along that wall, just like that. Or you can move it against this wall or that wall, whichever. Now, it's still a fairly small space for an entryway, so we're going to maybe take this door, move it over a bit. We'll take the vanities and move those over as well. And then we can take this whole wall and just push this over. Might want to bring my mirror as well. That's going to create enough space for an entryway, and then what I can do is take this bench and go here, and this rack right about here. Okay, now we can make this an entryway or a foyer, whichever you want to call it. When you actually click on this area, and it tells you which rooms they are, there's a range of things you could call it. You could call it a landing, you could call it a hallway, or whatever. But let's bring in the front door. Now the front door is the one door that's fairly large compared to the other doors, so instead of duplicating, we're going to actually go in and we're going to pick a front door. And I'm going to pick a full light, either top to bottom or pane, full door. Now this door right here is going to work well, and it really doesn't matter to me which way it swings because it's relatively centered. And what we'll do here is we'll make it the proper size. Now entry doors, I don't know why they make them so big. They should only be 36 inches. So go ahead and change that to 36 inches. Now, a lot of houses, they usually have one, maybe two windows next to that entryway. So here I'm going to duplicate this window and move it right over. Obviously, this window is way too big. So when you click on this window, you're just going to make it functional. I went down to 18 inches. That's going to be fine, and you can actually find those windows. And then I'll take this window right here and duplicate it right over. And being that it's so close to the wall, what we can do here is just move this over and just sort of space things out to be fairly consistent. Okay, so that solves our problem with the entryway, and if you find more furniture or closet or hanging storage, this would be a great place for that. So now you solve that and alleviated that issue, and you still have a large bathroom which fits all your fixtures. So that's the next step in kind of finalizing, and we'll move on from there. Please post in the classroom if you have any questions.